I didn't know what to expect going to Ninja Theory's Hellblade, but I came out with an experience I won't forget soon. Whether it was through the well-written narrative or the insanely satisfying gameplay, Hellblade stands as its own as not only one of Ninja Theory's best, but 2017's best games yet.
It's coming back for me.
Through the 8-hour campaign, Hellblade manages to strike on various emotions. You will feel happy in certain parts, excited when in combat, curious of what lies ahead, and sad when you feel the pain that Senua feels when she's going through her journey. Like most of Ninja's work, Hellblade is a very unique game. Without going into the story too much, you play as a girl named Senua as you journey to Hell to save your loved one's lost soul. Oh yeah, and you can hear voices as well, pretty creepy stuff. The game does a great job with the narrative, and if you're looking for something more, there's over 40 plus tombstones that spread out across the map that give you backstory on certain plot points and characters. These things act as the collectibles to Hellblade. Moving past the story though, the game has you doing combat, the occasional platforming, and puzzle solving. The combat feels great and satisfying despite its absence from most of the game, and while the combat is one of my favorite aspects to the game, I can see many people thinking it's nothing more than just a parry and spam mechanic in the game. Hellblade is a game with its narrative at its core, but the combat is something not to overlook because many of the game's most memorable sequences are due to the addicting gameplay. Puzzle solving is what you'll be doing the other half of the time, so sadly my opinions here are kinda mixed. While the puzzle solving is really fun, it gets quite repetitive, especially in the first half of the game. Parts of the game can be seen as a simple walk and solve simulator that has you doing but nothing than just that. If they would have added a different mechanic between the combat and puzzle solving, most of my gripes for the game would be completely gone. Also important to note is the game has no HUD, not a single prompt on the screen comes up at all. This ultimately makes Hellblade feel much more cinematic and makes audio and visual cues that more important. It sounds like a small thing, but makes up the charm that the game goes for. Going into the graphics, this is where I was quite surprised honestly. We knew that the game looked stunning from the trailers released, but the game has gotten better since. Hellblade stands on its own against games like Uncharted 4, and coming from a team that consists of just over 10 people, that truly shocks me. The environments look of quality and the facial animations look stellar. The game is absolutely gorgeous and I think the footage speaks for itself. Coming off of Hellblade, my favorite part besides the narrative would have to be the boss battles. The boss battles are intense and extremely fun to play. I haven't played a game that felt this intense since Bloodborne. The sound design, musical score, and combat all shine in these encounters and leave me the most memorable. Going off the battles, I mentioned this slightly, but the sound design is absolutely incredible. I'd go as far to say that Hellblade is a must with headphones. The sound of the dead whispers to the sounds of the beasts you encounter all sound fantastic. Ninja Theory also went the extra mile for the PS4 Pro version. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard this, but you have the option to play Hellblade in either 4K 30 or 1080p 60. Of course, 4K being upscaled. Lastly, I want to talk about the environments. Now, the environments and level design are quite decent in the game's first half, but in the later half of the game, they get even better, and specifically the last location in the game is truly stunning and really cool, and just overall shows the most complex environments in the game. They're just really fun to navigate through. So in the end, Hellblade is a stellar narrative-focused game that will last you around 8 hours. The game has surprised me with its great combat and visuals, but sadly dropped the ball on its repetitive nature. Given the $30 MSR pre-price and the quality of the game, I would definitely recommend it to those that like single-player focused games. Hellblade is clearly not for everyone, but I think those that end up making the plunge will see that it's clearly worth it. The game has little to no replayability at all, but due to the game being more of an experience than a game you would return to, I definitely think this is fine, and 8 hours is way more than fair for what you pay for. So what do you all think? Have you had a chance to play Hellblade yet? Feel free to leave your impressions in the comments down below. I've been having a blast with the game so far and I'm going for the platinum, and so far I've been enjoying the game and it might even be a Game of the Year contender. So yeah, that's a wrap for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the review. And yeah guys, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.